everyone, Jeff at I90 Coins here. Today we've got some pennies. We've already opened up the boxes to check for enders in circulation. And so far the only ender we found was this 2009. So let's crack open these rolls and let's see what we can find inside. Well, we are 11 cents into the first roll, and we've got our first wheat cent.
Ooh.
Kind of ugly, but it is a 1958 out of Denver. Well, in roll 6, we got our next find. Haven't seen the date yet, so let's look at it together. It is a 1926 out of Philadelphia. Roll number 10, and we've got another wheatie. Got a 1955 out of Denver. Roll number 21, we've got our next find. We've got this heavily toned wheat cent from 1957 out of Denver. And in roll number 49, we got our next one. Got a 1945 out of Philly. Here we are, roll number 50, and we got a little bit of last roll luck. Hiding out right here, I saw some wheat poking out. And it is a 1944 out of San Francisco. And talk about a little last roll of luck. We've got a second one in this same roll.
Ooh.
We've got, what year is this? A 1920 out of San Francisco. 100 years old, this one. Definitely can't get mad at that. Okay, guys, this is nuts. We just got done finding that 1920, making that the second wheatie in this last roll. And then we found another one. This one is a 1919 out of Philadelphia. Third wheat cent in this last roll of the box. Now that's how you do last roll luck. Here's what we found from box 1. We ended up with 13 Canadian, 10 of the 2009s, 3 from the 1950s, 2 from the 1940s, 2 1920, a 1919, a 2017 P, and 4 mangled beyond recognition. Now let's get into box 2. Here we are, roll 3 of box 2. And not only did we find our first wheat cent of the box, but we also found our second and our third. Got a 1945 out of Philadelphia. And then our next one, we've got a 1944 Philly. And then the third, we've got a 1944 out of Denver. In roll number 5, we got our next find. We've got a 1944 out of San Francisco. With this find, we now have one from each of the mints in 1944. We got a San Francisco, a Denver, and a Philadelphia. Not bad for the first 5 rolls. And again, in roll number 5, we got another. It's a 1952 out of Denver. Roll number 9, we got our next multi-find.
Ooh.
First, we got a 1953 out of San Francisco.
Oh my God.
And then 2 behind that. We have a 56 Denver.
Oh, wow. Jeez, oh my God. Did you see that?
And in roll 31, we've got another. We've got a 1958 out of Denver. Let's keep on going. Roll 32, we have our next find. We have a 1957 out of Denver. We'll take it. Roll 33. And we got a 44 out of Philly. Roll number 40, we got our next find. We've got this Wheatie. I haven't flipped it over yet, so let's see what the date is. 57 out of Denver. Roll 41. And we have a 1944 out of Philadelphia. Roll 46. I had a little bit of a coin explosion, but ended up getting this one. And it is a 1955 out of San Francisco. Roll 47. We found a 1956 out of Denver. And last roll, luck strikes again. We've got a 1946 here out of Philadelphia. Not bad. Let's see if we can get one more. And wouldn't you know it, got a 1955 out of Denver. Not a bad way to finish off the hunt. Well, here we are at the end of box 2, and that was a pretty good box. We've got 10 Canadian, 10 of the 2009s, 10 from the 1950s, 7 out of the 1940s, 1 2017P, and a few from the 1960s that will probably upgrade my album. Let's go ahead and get this wrapped up, and we'll get you our totals. In total, we found 23 Canadian, 10 of the 2009s, 13 from the 1950s, 9 from the 1940s, a 1926 out of Philadelphia, and a 1920 out of San Francisco, I don't lose them. There's the back of that other one. We also found one from 1919 out of Philadelphia as well. And a couple of the miscellaneous. We also ended up with 726 copper. Please take a minute to check out some of the rest of our videos. If you like what you see, make sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And from everyone here at I90 Coins, thanks for watching. And we're out. So this is the last video I will be recording in this studio. So in case anyone was wondering, I'll give you a little tour of the I90 studios. This is it, ladies and gentlemen. This is it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not even on the actual mic anymore, the Yeti mic. Just a table in my bedroom, using the bed as a table as well. This is why we need a new setup, and here's what I started with. So we'll go ahead, give us a thumbs up real quick, and we'll make sure to see you at the new place.